Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervour serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Romans chapter 12, verses 11 to 16. Amen. Hi guys, so in today's video, I'm taking you through what I would do with Steffi's hair after I've washed it and put leave-in conditioner. Now, that's the reality of having busy schedules. Sometimes after the wash day, I'm not able to do the styling process straight away. I begin with using a spray bottle. It has water inside. Sometimes it could be mixed with aloe vera juice. Some people like to use a spray leave-in conditioner. We don't do that because I've already put the leave-in conditioner beforehand and I'm actually going to apply some more. But you can see I'm starting from the bottom, the ends. I'm trying to put it in a downward direction. I'm showing you in real time here so you can see how long it takes me to try and grasp the shed hair. So that strand is hair that would have been tangled up had we not taken the time to finger detangle first. So we do this detangling with fingers first. I tend to not use hair tools for styling Steffi's hair, only if I have to get better partings, and that's not all the time. So here you will see I'm using my fingers to separate the parts that are matted. So I'm using my forefinger and thumb on both hands to pull sideways, and in that way I'm able to see where there are knots or where the shed hair has wrapped around and is tangled up. And gradually, gently, I'm loosening those areas in a downward motion to get it towards the end of the hair shaft. Now, if I find that I've done all the loosening and my fingers have been detangling gently and it's still not moving and coming away from the hair shaft, if it's knotted, then as you see here, I will take scissors and I'll cut that knot out. This is something that I've learned to do over the years. Before, I did not do that. Before, I did not take the time to detangle, but we learn and we improve. So these are the actions that I'm teaching Steffi. Okay, we're moving on to the leave-in conditioner. So this is our example of the LOC method. After I've dampened the hair with the spray bottle that has water in, I will use the leave-in conditioner to add some more slip and massage that in to the hair strands. I will still use my hands, my fingers to try and do some more detangling. But I make sure I separate the section so that all areas of that section gets covered. Also need to take care to ensure the bottom, the ends of the hair, which are the oldest part of the hair, they get some extra attention as well. Okay, there's another knotted part, and I'm just trying to show you. The knot came loose, so I didn't have to cut that out. That's shed hair. And remember, approximately 100 strands of hair are shed on a daily basis. So this is what I explain to my daughter. I tell her all the time that I need to do this finger detangling so that we can separate the shed hair from her hair that's still attached to her scalp. So the hair that's growing out doesn't get entangled with the shed hair that needs to come loose and be free, because our beautiful hair just loves to tangle up on itself. Okay, here I'm just showing you what I'm working with. This is her hair. It's clean with some leave-in conditioner that was applied just on the outer edges. Here I'm showing you after the leave-in conditioner we go onto the oil, and we do like the Melanin brand. We have our own oil mix, our own blend of oils that we use as well. As I said, we spend some extra time on the end, so I applied a bit of oil to the ends as well as in the palm of my hands, rubbed it together, and then proceeded to apply to that section. This is the first section that I was working on, but I saw that I hadn't recorded the spray bottle for this section, which is why earlier on in this video you can see that this section was already twisted up. But to show the sequence of how we apply the different products, the spray water bottle that I was using in the second section came first in this video, and then after the water we do the leave-in conditioner. After the leave-in conditioner we apply our choice of oil. Like I said, on this occasion Melanin brand was used. We like it, but we do have our DIY oil blend that we use, and that can consist of fenugreek, some cloves in there. Olive oil is usually the base. Sometimes we infuse Ayurvedic herbs as well. So as I said, take time to massage this in, and then after you've done the oil, go on to the cream, which for us is also in the Melanin line, and we use a sizable amount. I tend to use products first on my hair, and if my hair takes to it, then I can use it on Steffi. I hardly ever use products on Steffi's hair straight away, unless it was specifically for children years ago when she was younger, like a detangling spray, which for us didn't work. But that story is for another day. And at every stage of applying products, I'm still using my fingers to gently detangle and remove shed hair as much as possible, because we need to remember any shed hair that is not removed is likely to turn into a knot in the future. So as I mentioned before, I don't really use hair tools to style Steffi's hair, so I'm gently separating that section into two parts so that I can do that first twist. And even as I'm separating in a downward direction, taking care for any knots or tangles, and gently separating This is in real time, so you can all see and appreciate how long it takes to work through sections. Now, this isn't going to be for the whole head of hair, don't worry, but I wanted to give a realistic depiction and example of how patient you may have to be depending on the density, thickness, how tight the curls are, the coils. It really does depend on all of that. I used to think my hair was the thickest around until my daughter was born. Then I knew. It's like God wanted to show me. Okay, so then I'm cutting out another knot. Another thing to be mindful of is how tender or sensitive your little one's scalp may be. Steffi has always had such tender, sensitive scalp. It really has been. And as a younger child, the tears would just be rolling. I had to really just take my time with trying to explain to her and do her hair gently. So any mamas out there who are still experiencing that, hang in there and try to be patient with them. They don't understand, so we have to be gentle and explain the reasons why we do certain things to protect and style and take care of their hair. Okay, so just before the end I get some more of the cream and I apply it to both parts of the 2-strand twist. Do a bit more twisting and then I use my fingers to twirl that end part into one. And I keep doing it until it coils up on itself. And I'm also doing a type of twist back up onto the twist itself to protect her ends further. I used to do that a lot with her twists, but sometimes if I had left her hair in for too long before taking out and detangling, I would then have to spend so much time trying to unravel that end that's twisted up on itself. So I would say if you're doing that, make sure you take it out before it becomes too entangled. Okay, so here we jump to the quick protective style that I was doing on Steffi's hair, quickened. This part has been speed is faster here to save time. And you can see that I did 2 twists and a ponytail to save time. I just put it in a big section. That's the hair, shed hair that had been taken out from that big section. Okay, so I would have already put the water in. Now this is the leave-in conditioner going in. And we're working on a bigger section here, so it would take a bit more time to work in. And I think sometimes that's a big factor when dealing with our natural hair. You need to be patient and you need to make sure you are not rushing too much, because that's where you can be the one that's causing more damage to your tresses. Just try to be mindful of that. Okay, so I've put the hairband in and now I'm separating the ponytail. Especially when you are trying to retain length, I think it's something to know that your hairstyles will not always look the neatest, but that's okay, because you know that your goal is to protect the hair and retain the length. Okay, so we've come to the end of the protective styling. This is how Steffi had her hair for school. I believe it was the last week of school or so. We didn't need it to be so detailed in the sections and the parts. She liked it and she was happy with it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and let me know your thoughts.